Hey y'all, welcome back to another wonderful Macro Monday at Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we are drinking Chang Classic out of Thai Bev from Bangkok, Thailand. Thanks for joining us.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Macro Monday here at Hopped Up Beer Review, the show where we give you our unprofessional, somewhat biased opinion about the beer that we are drinking and reviewing. It's everybody's favorite Monday. Thanks for joining us. There's Andy in the attic. There's Jay. I'm Ben. What are we Macro Mondaying today?
Chang Classic Lager Beer.
Yeah.
It's out of Thailand. So
Our
it's
first
exciting.
Thai beer.
First Thai beer. I didn't know there was a lot of Thai breweries, but was very curious when I saw this one. And Andy said, "Grab that." So I did.
All right.
Smells like a lager.
This is one like I recognize the label, but I've never had it. It's like I feel like I've seen it places, but nothing I would have ever picked up if it weren't for Macro Monday. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates. So I have an early question, Andy.
A girly question?
I thought I heard a girly question.
Early.
Why did you direct that to me?
Directed in the right direction.
No, a question before you start into your description. So the way I think of a lot of the island countries, if you will, when we visit the Caribbean, each one of them has their own type of brewery. We're St. Lucia, they have Piton, and Jamaica's got Red Stripe. They all have their own different breweries. Is that kind of like this would be Thailand's version of that?
Similar.
Okay.
We will get into that.
The question didn't have anything to do about girls. Oh, good. Wasn't girly at all.
We're talking about Thailand. Okay. Chang Classic is a lager, like a pale European lager, 5.0%. It was first brewed in 1995. It became the country's market leader by 1998, which at that time, in 1995 to 90, there was one other major national brewer there in Thailand. So this overtook the market. It is brewed, and you mentioned this after the intro, it is brewed in 3 different breweries in Thailand, and the Cosmos one that it mentions on our label, which you asked about, that is one of the 3. The Cosmos Brewery. All under the Thai Bev.
Yeah, it's similar to AB and Bev, where we got things that are in different areas. So
we'll get to that. The name Chang in Thai means elephant.
Means what? So,
elephant.
Elephant.
And which will lead me to the symbolism of their label. So they have 2 white elephants. That is the elephant is one of their national symbols in Thailand. And they're facing each other. We'll get there. They're facing each other to represent friendship and harmony. Then I don't know what you thought of or referred to as wheat, but it is between the 2 elephants is a golden fountain and a red brick well. The fountain is the beer, And then the well is a source of prosperity, refreshment, and contentment. So
What's the red
it's a,
thing at the top?
don't know. They didn't talk about that one.
I guess it's part of
Now,
the fountain.
at the bottom, yeah, it's part of the golden showers. At the bottom of underneath the A in Chang, and you can also see it in the label here, is the Putan flower, Pudtan. I'm guessing Putan. It represents Thai heritage and is often used as a decorative motif in Thai architecture. That's pretty cool.
I mean, I saw that and I thought of the English kings from like I don't know, way back when, the Lancasters and like the Plantagenets or whatever they were called, and the Tudors. It's like the same, similar.
Yeah.
So
Got
the
those
other thing
symbols.
that's interesting, you can see right there on the label that Ben has, but at the bottom of our label it says natural ingredients. So everything I assume is natural with this.
Either that or they
Associated
just put it on the label.
Yeah, they just slap anything on the label.
Yeah.
But they did throw a little hop in there in the sea. So that's cool. So this
And
was
that label,
first
not on
brewed
the bottle.
Yeah.
in 95. And in 2003 is when it was consolidated into Thai Bev. Thai Bev has a wide range of beverages, teas, spirits, lots of other stuff. So they're big over there. Boom.
Boom.
That's my Macro Monday spiel.
Short macro.
All right. Did we determine that nobody's had this one before, huh?
Yeah.
It's one of those you thought you'd had it, but I never had it.
Yeah.
Nope, never had it.
Like I said, I feel like I've seen it a lot. We don't get it around here, but I feel like I've seen it other places and
When you
not wanted
travel,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, never gotten. I do think it's interesting on the bottle. They actually put the Chang on the back.
Yeah.
So we'll go the extra mile there.
On the back and then on the top here, and
Yeah.
then it has. I'm not sure what language that is, Andy. It also
That's
has
Thai.
language up here. Is that Thai?
Yeah,
And
that's Thai. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's Chong and Thai. They're also the first in Thailand to put Thai language on the beer.
All right.
nice.
Well, for this Macro Monday, Jay, what do you think? Why don't you go first for us?
Of course. At the first smell of this one, the aroma that you normally get, it's just like a typical macro lager to me. Um, I'm curious with the natural ingredients, what they're using. We used to get a lot of corn here in the States, but what might they be using in Thailand? I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't
Could
say
be
what their
others.
grain was. I'm like, rice maybe.
Well, it says,
Yeah, that's kind of
water,
what I'm
malted
thinking.
barley, rice, and hops.
Oh, barley.
Label.
Yeah, I
Right.
figured it would be rice. Um, it has a little more flavor than some of the macros we normally get. I know they tried to compare it, I think you said, to a European lager.
Yeah.
But to me, it's very similar to a lot of the ones, and that's why I asked the question when we started of the individual islands in the Caribbean, where each one of them has their own beer that they brew and things like that. They're great, easy drinking, crushable lagers, pilsners. In this case, it's a lager. Um, has good flavor, but it's not ever going to rank more than a 6 with me. I mean, it's something. Yeah, if you hand it to me, I'm going to drink it again. But this is not something I'm going to go up to the store and buy. Uh, and if I'm traveling maybe to Thailand and it's cheap there, yeah, I'll get it. But that's the way that a lot of the island countries are. You can go buy their cheap beer there, or you can get something else that's super expensive. So Anyway.
All right. I'll jump in there and go next. So yeah, I think it's interesting as we have a lot of these macros from not, the U.S. You get so used to the corn adjunct flavor, and when you get one that's something else, it's almost like, hey, that's not so bad. Because I think the corn is like the worst thing now that we've been doing this show. Just in the more beer we're drinking, like the corn in a beer is like the worst thing to me. So being that this doesn't have the corn in it, it makes me like it a little bit better than some of the macros that we get here in the U.S. I think on the nose, seeing that it's rice, it almost just the nose kind of reminds me a little bit almost like a jasmine type rice. It's that's what I pull out, a real ricey smell there with that beer. But all in all, I mean, it's still a macro. It's still just a light beer that is going to go down pretty easily because it doesn't have just a ton of flavor. But I think again, not having the corn and having the rice instead, I like that better than what we get from most American macros. As far as a number, I mean, it's tough. I mean, I'm with you, Jay. It's not something I have to go out and ever get again. If somebody hands it to me, or I mean, I'd probably take this over, Bud Light, Miller Light, that kind of thing, just to get away again from the corn. So I'm going to go with you. I think it's a 6 for me. I think it's okay, but I don't have to have it again ever. So, but if I come across it again, I might drink it.
So if you're at a Thai restaurant, you could have it.
It's not that I won't drink it again. Let's put it that. There's a big difference. There's some beers we've had that I will never. I'm not drinking Fruit Force again. I'm not drinking Spicy Pickle Monster. You can forget it. So this is one. If you hand it to me, I'll drink it and I'll be fine with it. But I don't have to have it. I can choose something else potentially. All right, Andy.
Well, Ben, you pretty much said exactly what I was thinking. All these macro international that we have gotten in to compare to our, U.S. and I guess Central American, because we've had a few from Mexico. Mm-hmm. I am getting where I prefer the rice as the adjunct over corn, because it's just dominant. I think the corn just too sweet, and the rice mellows it out a little bit. And that's it. It's not like the greatest beer. And it would be something that when in country you drink, but if you got other options, yeah, take them. But it's still easy. It goes down. You could drink this fast. Crushable, but I give it 5.5. Not bad. It's macro, mass produced.
That is another Macro Monday in the books. 5.8 for the Chang beer out of Thailand. Lager beer. What? Chang?
Thai brewing.
Yeah.
Thai Bev. Bangkok, Thailand.
There you go. I wasn't paying attention in the beginning. Appreciate you checking out this video, though. It's a Macro Monday. We do this on the first Monday of every month, so come check it out. If you've got a suggestion for us to have on Macro Monday, leave us a comment. We'll see what we can do about that, and check out our other Macro Monday videos to see what we've done already. Again, appreciate you checking out this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, cheers, that notification bell. We would definitely appreciate that feedback on this special Macro Monday. It's Macro Monday, people. And we got a bunch of comments down below. We got some Hopped Up Beer Review merch, Hopped Up Beer Review Discord server. We got a Patreon now, so check that out, and other links down below. With that, for Andy in the attic and Jay, I'm Ben. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.